Let's just be kicking it. Know what I'm saying? Let's just be kicking it, man. Down on the bayou. Know what I'm saying? Dave, you gotta go pee pee out here, huh? Oh yeah, man. These bees are going crazy. You wanna go pee pee? Go pee pee. You wanna go pee pee? Wanna go pee pee or not? Let's just be kicking it. Know what I'm saying? I'm kicking these fat tire beers. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. I'm just be kicking it. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I just be kicking it. Yeah, get this. I just be kicking it. Where's my chair? Damn it. It's dark out here. They don't like that. Oh yeah, man. We got a lot of animals out here. A lot of insects. It's damp tonight. Pretty damp. Got a little clouds up there. I just be kicking it. Yeah, I love these animals. Yeah, I got a cold one. Yeah, I got some fat tires. It's fucking. I know this gas station owner, and believe it or not, one of his relatives ripped him off for about 20 grand. So they had me going in there buying shit during all their parts of the day to catch him voiding tickets. It was hotter than a motherfucker here today. I mean, hot, man. No bullshit. It was just. I don't care. I had the AC on. I still think these F-150s have oversized. I think they have oversized radiators or some shit. Extra coolers or something. Man, the air conditioning on these things is a beast. It can be like, it was 101 the other day when I was in Augusta. 99% humidity. I just leave it on all the time. Leave it idling. Doesn't move that needle at all. Ice cold. Yeah, I got a cold one. Yeah, just be kicking it here, you know what I'm saying? Just been fucking around. Watch some NBA games, Summer League. And I haven't watched those in a long time. There sure is a difference in talent. What are you doing out there? Just partying? Kicking it? You know what I'm saying? A lot of bugs out tonight. Boy, these bees are really at it today, too. I think this humidity bothers them. That's my opinion, anyway. I think it does. It says, welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by the community guidelines. Yeah, okay. Go to bed in a little bit. Nice sitting out here. It's probably like 85 or something like that. Yeah, a lot of progress, yep. Did a lot of the framing today. I'm going to be partying there in a few months. Oh, good for you. How's the recoating the pool tables been doing? recovering the pool tables, I should say. See the bees down there? Can you hear them? Oh, good. Flowers here. Rose bushes. Yeah, and I don't play pool, to tell you the truth. I don't play any of those table games. Plus, they take up too much room and you just put a bunch of shit on top of them. That's what I do with it anyway. But thank you. I don't see pool tables like I used to. I think there's too much other shit to do. YouTube, cable TV. Internet porn. Yep, better believe it. It's like a little cloudy up there tonight. I just thought I'd get on here, see if anybody was on. See if they kick at it. Yeah, insects are loud down here. Really get a lot of green down here, though. Daisy, what are you doing, hon? There's a bee coming over to the light. Hear him? Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, the insects. Fantastic. I think the old vultures are out flying away, learning how to be real adults. They took to the skies. Nah, I don't like them. My buddy's wife gets them. Yeah, I don't really care for them. I mean, I don't care one way or the other. Why, do you like them? See them there? Got a couple of them right there. The animals knock them over at night, looking for food. wooden. Those are hand carved ones. Oh, I sprayed all the weeds tonight. And the weeds, you can get about 2 weeks. Then new ones start sprouting up places. I don't like grass going up through the gravel and stuff. Not as many hummingbirds this year. Oh, she does? Oh, that's cool. Cool. These bees are active. Oh, really? Where are you at, Hadley? Yeah, we had like a ton of them last year. See, I can hear a bee out there right now, flying around that rose bush. He's on my foot. See him on my foot? He's on my leg. Oh, okay. Hey, LA, how you doing? What are you partying on? See, this is how you get stung sometimes. You don't realize they're crawling around you because they're looking for water. And you just pinch it accidentally and he stings you. Oh, good for you. They say that bees sleep in shifts. I think they're full of shit. I've seen too many videos of inside of hives with infrared light and stuff, and they're not sleeping. Hey, Janie. Yeah, I do. I got him on the porch. Yep. Yeah, can you hear him? No, I have a hive right on the porch. Yeah. I'm gonna increase the hives to like 25 in the fall. What's that, Heavy? I really like bees. I mean, they're fascinating to me. The work they do and how they do it, and they only live like 40 days in the summer. And the way they get pollen and navigate, it's just interesting. Bees. Yeah, I don't think they do. Yeah, a lot of those stories are bullshit, Janie. I mean, I've been into beekeeping for a long time. I took a break here, but that's a lot of bullshit spread around by the media. I can tell you why they're in decline, because the people that claim they treat them right, beekeepers, they really have done a great job at marketing themselves as good stewards of Mother Nature, and they're terrible. Yeah, I got stung by a fucking wasp the other day in the back of the head going in the house. I think he got me because I buy honey for these bees. I give them like a jar a day, believe it or not. It makes their life so much easier. And I think he was messing around an empty jar that I had on a table. When I took it away, it pissed him off. He didn't give me a full sting, but he did get me. I'm going to do some queen grafting and practice with some hybrids in the fall. It's a perfect place for bees down here. There's a lot of big-time beekeepers. I used to know a beekeeper that grossed about $800,000 a year with his bees. I mean, he had forklifts and warehouses and all sorts of shit. I'm more interested in the science of them, you know, and just letting them go out and party. Red. We're at Mississippi, ain't you, down there? I spent a lot of time in Mississippi for a while. Tunica mainly. Then down to Biloxi. Tupelo. Yeah, they are, yeah. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? Can you guys hear those bees from here? Yeah, we used to go swimming along this river when I was a kid, and the horseflies used to just kill us. I mean, you'd be just killing them all the time. Oh, 50 miles north of Tupelo. I love Tupelo. There's a really cool manager that manages that Barnes & Noble there, too. There's a good barbecue place, too, in Tupelo. You know, one of those places are only open to like 11 to 2, that kind of thing. Well, the big loud ones you're hearing are, yeah, but the bees are really noisy tonight. They're fanning the hive. They're trying to get some of that heat out of there. Moon's coming up. See it over there? The trees. This is how it is here. Pure quiet, man. Not a siren, a train, music, people talking, nothing. I didn't even think places like this existed in this close to Atlanta. You would think 90 miles from Atlanta it'd be all city, wouldn't you? This place isn't any different now than it was in 1930. Actually, it was a lot more busy in 1930. Only 1,500 people in the entire county. Like 238 in the city. A good job here is considered at the dollar store or the chicken feed plant. They make chicken feed. Mix 12 tons at a time. That's my bragging rights. Yeah, you know what's cool too, Janie, is how they make that beautiful hexagonal comb in the dark. Beautiful. This is a ware hive, W-A-R-R-E, because, you know, I'm not doing it for the honey, so I'm not extracting anything in the machine. And it allows them to draw the honeycomb however they want. Looks like tapestry. Daisy wants to come out. Looks like tapestry. You know, you're used to seeing it in big rectangles. That's because that's how they force them to draw the comb in that shape so it can fit in the machine. You want to come out here, hon? Daisy wants to come out here. You want to come out here with Dad, hon? Come on. Come on. Don't. Good girl. You should get it. You should get a hive of bees. Really fun. How they operate, and you know, fun to watch them flying around. See that moon coming up? Oh, you should give it a try, Janie. Clay's House of Pig. I think that's where I went. Clay's House of Pig. Don't they make real nice T-shirts? Black T-shirts. I really like Tunica. I feel sorry for Tunica. You know, I started going down there. I used to spend a whole month at a time there. I was going down there with a buddy that gambled a lot, and I do a lot of photography. And I started going down there like 99 through 2001. And it was 2002. I mean, all the time. And it was Fantastic. Yeah, you don't need a big yard though. Most people wouldn't even know you had bees. Like I have mine right on the porch, so it's pretty obvious, but you'd be surprised what you can get away with. I had a hive on the 32nd floor of a downtown Chicago condominium, and they did great. Oh, okay. That Barnes and Noble manager told me about it. It's going to be a beautiful moon tonight. Yeah, no, they did well. Yeah. And actually, Chicago down there, they've got a lot of programs where they have beehives on roofs of buildings. None that high, but I had a super happening hive, big time. Yeah, I hope you have an EpiPen around. EpiPen. That cracks me up. They give away these Narcan pin shots and inhalers, and they don't give away EpiPens. That doesn't make sense. EpiPens are expensive, and they have an expiration date. Yeah, West Memphis. Yeah, it's mainly competition, though. Took it away. That was really a happening place at one time. I mean, it's super fun. Oh, do you, Sharon? Oh, okay. Yeah, they're a lot. They're expensive. But if you need one around, if you know that, how like would your son be aware of that? Did he have an overreaction, or did they get tested, or what? It's crazy. That's one of the flaws of the human body for all the fantastic things it does. Anaphylactic shock doesn't make sense. Oh, no kidding. Wow. Yeah, you'll die from it for sure. Oh, well, sorry about that, Sharon. Yeah, no, yeah. Stay away from them. And bees are attracted to some people and sting them. I can't quite figure that out because the whole thing is based on like an alarm response, protecting the hive, blah blah blah. And I've seen it happen maybe 5 times in my life. Actually, Marty's daughter is one of those people. She can get out of a car like we do all day long, come to the door, start to go inside. 2 or 3 bees will start stinging her. Didn't even go near the hive and didn't do anything to them. Oh wow. Oh, good for you, Janie. Yeah, yeah. We get them for free occasionally too. Yeah, yeah. I always carried a couple of them with me. I've got a couple books on anaphylactic shock, but I've never read them. I'm going to. I plan on it. It's really a flaw in the human body. It's weird. You can get it with a peanut, a maraschino cherry, a big culprit. A lot of things. Seafood for some people. Yeah, what a way to go, huh? Suffocate. I almost choked on a piece of steak one time in Nebraska. I remember thinking, If this lasts 2 more seconds, I'm gonna push over the table with all my food and glasses on it and stuff, just so somebody knows something was happening. Scare the hell out of me. Oh, okay, Henley. Yeah, shellfish. Yep. Oh, interesting shrimp. Hey, Jabbo. Yeah, we're talking about people that get anaphylactic shock, bee stings. EpiPens. Yeah. Well, what happened is, I'll never forget this. I'm out there doing one of these long, 10,000-mile road trips. And I went out, where did I go that time? I think a Great Plains states. I went out through Iowa. I might have went to Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, that thing. And I was in Nebraska. And I was talking to a UPS driver. You're out in Nebraska, it's cattle country, right? It's like, any steakhouse? He said, yeah, there's a little town. You go to this place. It's like, so I drove there. I was hungry as hell. That's what gets most people with steak, is you're really hungry and the steak tastes so good. And I guess I just cut too big a piece off. Didn't seem like it. And I swallowed, and right away, man, it was like a vacuum in a ping pong ball. And it was like, right away, I knew, like, this isn't just coughing a little. And what happens is, at least in my case, like your body goes into an involuntary, like, choking mode. Like it's trying to get this steak out just automatically. I mean, this isn't just a little, like, irritation in your throat. And I started to get, like, gray out. I mean, I couldn't do anything. It's just hope I swallowed it. And I remember thinking, I'm just going to tip over this table. They can call an ambulance, so somebody noticed it. And I swallowed it. Yeah. Shit, my throat was sore for about 3 days, too. But steak's the number one culprit of choking on food. Yeah. Oh, morbid curiosity. Yeah, scared the hell out of me. Sharon's going to be coming out to visit from California. Jabo said she's going to visit. I like comb honey, but like I've said a million times, the honey's for the bees. That's another rumor they started, that bees produce excess honey. I don't believe it. But I used to like comb honey. But then I got into beekeeping and I thought, not a lot though. I get it once in a while. I'm not a big honey eater, really. And then I realized how much work it took to draw comb, wax, and how much work it took to make that honey and to store it. I thought, I'm not doing this shit anymore. Hey, you can come down and party. Yeah, it's really peaceful. Yeah, it's like the old days. Really, it's like the old days. This world's so goddamn crazy now. I really, in the back of my mind, I'm still considering it just withdrawing from everything when I get this house built. Just get rid of the cell phone, not even drive. Just stay around and read books and, like, not watch the news. Stay off the internet. Just read old good poetry and history and do what I'm doing now. Watch the skies and shit. Yeah, we're definitely gonna party, Sharon. We really are. Hey, Rita. Rita's gonna come up too. The goal when you get here is to not do shit. Just relax, stay up late, fuck off, drink good wine. I'll smoke you some stuff on the smoker. Uh, you can read, just like do like this if you like this kind of sitting outside. I mean, honestly, if I was much younger, maybe not much, but let's say I was like in my 30s, maybe early 40s, I'd probably say fuck this lifestyle. But at this stage of the game, I'm ready for it. I don't want to do shit. Yeah, Rita's up for partying. I just want to like spend these last years just fucking off. Yeah, I'm not kidding you, man. All this bullshit. Hey, bud. I don't know if I can do it though. I think I can, but you know, everything's like this in life. A job, a relationship, where you live. You don't know anything. A marriage. You don't know anything until you're into it. You know, like I thought I'd like metal detecting. And I did. And I do. For about 10 minutes. After about 3 old beer cans, it's over for me. I even used an excavator and it still bored me. So I don't do that too much. I like kayaking for about an hour. I like hiking for about 20 minutes. But when I thought I wanted to be dropped off in Alaska. So I did it. 11 weeks without seeing anybody the whole time. Thought I'd go crazy. But I read these books and I thought I'd test myself. Yeah, I flunked big time. 3 days into it, I wanted to go home, and there was no way that was happening. Yeah, everybody does that, Janie. Yeah, that's true. And I don't really, you know, I'm not really. If somebody called me and said, you know, could you go find my diamond ring? I lost it. You know, it's at beaches and finding people's shit. I'd do it for a favor. Or if a park called me and said, hey, you go sweep this thing and, you know, see what you can find, give it to us, I would do it. But I'm not into like finding people's lost shit and keeping it. It doesn't interest me. It just doesn't interest me at all, finding rings and stuff that don't belong to me. Yeah, I made it. I had no choice. Yeah. It was expensive. It's expensive in Alaska. Sure enough, man. Airplane dropped me off. Sure enough. Exactly where I was supposed to be. Sitting there on a log, and you hear the airplane coming in. Lands in the water. I got one for you you're not going to believe, though. You ready for this? I didn't even take a first aid kit. Yeah, fuck long walks on the beach. I don't like those either. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I had powdered food and I caught a lot of fish and it was fucking miserable, to be honest with you. I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there. And I've taken excursions up to Barrow, which is as far north as you can get in North America. It's up in the top of the Arctic Circle. And you can get trapped up there for like ever because of fog and all sorts of shit. Super cold. I was always up there like in September and stuff. It's the top of the world. Look it up, Barrow. They call it. They changed a lot of these cities back to uh, Eskimo names, so they call it like something else now. But Barrow will come up too. Then I took another trip one time down to the Aleutian Islands. Took another trip to Kodiak and another trip to Dutch Harbor. I'm telling you, Alaska, man. You think like you watch these TV shows? There's nothing to do there. I mean, I like nature and all that shit, but not every day of the week forever. And I'll tell you a funny thing about Alaska. When you get interior Alaska, it looks just like everywhere else. It's no big deal. But if you're along the water, it's like gorgeous. I mean, everything there is giant otters. When I went and stayed one time outside Kodiak, there's these otters that swim around, and they're fucking huge. They eat these clams and they swim around. You see them. Some of those are up to 200 pounds. And the water's clear there, but it isn't clear like Florida clear. And I'd be sitting on this like dock type thing they had, and it was a floating cabin in the Paracot Bay. And these jellyfish are like 14 feet diameter, huge, like these tentacles, like maybe 50 feet long, and they're like swimming, and you can like see through them. And it was so super cool, stuff like that. Eagles everywhere. That's how your mind tricks you. I was down in Valdez one time. You know, if I see an eagle, I recognize it. But I was down in Valdez one time. There's like 300 birds on the beach. I'm thinking, man, those birds fly like eagles, you know? I'm thinking, God damn, I finally asked the guy, what are those? He said they're bald eagles. 300 bald eagles at a time. Crazy. But up there, it's a lot of like, it's super rural. It's like, you know, there's hardly any women up there. I mean, I know guys that were talking about women that live 600 miles away. It's like a lot of Inuit people. It's not like you're going to meet them and you're going to go out partying. It's either you're in a super touristy area like Anchorage, or you're out in the middle of nowhere where you're not really interacting with anybody. Yeah, it wasn't. You know, I'm telling you though. I mean, I liked Alaska. I had a good time. I went all those places, but I don't want to go back. If you want to go to you know, I went to a lot of these parks and spent. I've been to every national park in the U.S. Uh, and I like the winter stuff where most of them are closed. You know, and I used to really be in love with Glacier National Park, but it's gotten so busy. God, man, it's like traffic jam. They have a short season. If you want to see a real, I don't know if you're scared of heights, don't do it. But if you look at the east entrance to Yellowstone, Red Lodge, Beartooth Pass, Charles Kuralt said that it was the coolest place most impressive display of Mother Nature he'd ever seen in his life. And I remember that, and I went out there. I've been out there a lot, actually. Last time I was out there, like 3 years ago, September. I mean, you can get snow in June, you can't go through, and that happened to me. I wasn't able to do it. They don't let you in the other end if it's blocked. But Glacier National Park is beautiful. The problem is it's just so busy now. It's not like, you know, back when I started going, there was hardly anybody there. And I don't know how much experience you've had with going to national parks, but when you go there, I mean, the old joke is it's Asians and Europeans. And that's no shit. It's not like the old Fred Flintstone days where the family took the station wagon out there. It's like foreigners. Yeah, I like winter better than summer, to tell you the truth. But again, you know, I mean, I like that kind of stuff. It isn't what you thought it'd be, or it's too much of something. You know, it's like you just get bored. There's no like really good restaurants, and it's damn near impossible to get a fresh piece of fish in Alaska. It all gets caught, processed, sent to Seattle, then sent back to Alaska, frozen where the restaurants sell it. No shit. Yeah, Erica, that's it. Yep, that's exactly right. Oh, cool. Did you really, Montana? Where were they living in Montana, Sharon? That's cool. You had grandparents living out there. Yeah. And I used to go to Deadwood a lot, but now that's gotten so, ever since that Dancing with Indians or whatever they called it, something with wolves with Kevin Costner, it's been, did nothing but build up. It's all like corporate hotels and stuff. It sucks. I'll probably never go to Deadwood again, but I was going out there when it was like, I thought really cool. Oh, Billings is a cool town. You're a lot there. Billings got, you know, everything a normal city would have. You ever want to take a fantastic trip? Uh, Start out around Minnesota and you get up on Highway 2 and you go west. You could take it all the way to Glacier National Park, and to me, a guy like me, I like small towns like this, going through them. And if you're a railroad fanatic, you'll be in heaven. You can, it's, you know, it's big sky country, and you can see like the whole train. Most trains are 144 cars, and you can see the whole train. It's just, you see everything. Nothing's blocking your view. There's trains everywhere out there. There's a town out there called Havre, Havre, and the train view is just killer. Yeah. I've been on an Alaska cruise and 2 Caribbean cruises, and that's enough for me. Although I did think about taking a cruise around the holidays. And for me, the reason I thought about that is I just read and like sit out on the deck and, you know, not like a party cruise. Because like too many places are closed for me around the holidays. Maybe I could just take one of those and like something different, you know? Oh, the Badlands are beautiful. Huge. That's another cool town, Rapid City. They used to have a topless bar out in Rapid City called Shotgun Willie's. They've shut it down, and I was going there in the 90s. And you never seen so many beautiful women in your life. I'm not kidding you. I mean, like tens, legit tens. That place is always getting into trouble. They finally shut it down. Shotgun Willie's. The food sucks on a cruise. If you've been to like good restaurants and you know the difference between really good food and not. Yeah, I think the food sucks on cruises. I hardly eat it all when I'm on them. Bunch of frozen shrimp, bunch of canned tomatoes, all these cheap ass cakes like you get on sale at Walmart. Now that's true. They do have 400 of them sitting there on a table, but the food sucks there. Yeah, Shotgun Willie's. Yeah, Shotgun Willie's was so like, it was like a movie. I'll never forget there was a brunette there I met there in 1999. And she was like, I would say one of the most beautiful women I've met in my life. Just gorgeous, man. Great skin, teeth, hair, hands, nails. And dumber than a fucking box of rocks. My type girl. And I'm wondering I've often wondered whatever happened to her. Hey, Chris. Yeah, Petri dishes. Yeah, it's true now. Well, that's what's really hurt him. It's like there's no way around it. I mean, people were getting sick on cruise ships before it got popular. Yeah. They were getting sick on those things, yeah. Oh, it was so damn fun. There was another, I think it's still there in Madison, Wisconsin, and it wasn't college girls. I mean, I've been to one topless bar in the last 20 years or something like that. And that was with that manager, that Red Roof Inn I used to stay in. I knew they were like that now. I didn't even want to go. They have a famous topless bar in Atlanta. And you got to be 60 and over to dance there, if you can believe it. And it's busy. I guess it's busy. Oh, yeah. Yep. All right, Rita. You're 99. It's busy. I'd probably never be in one again, I bet you. I think that business is really hurting. I'm not kidding you. When I would go to topless bars back in the day, back then a lap dance was 20. I never got lap dances. I'm not saying I never had one, but somebody bought one for me or something. That didn't really interest me. But I'd give them $25 right out of the bat just to get lost. Don't bother me. I give like 5 girls $5 and they didn't even need to dance. I wasn't interested in chit-chatting. Yeah, you can't blame America. No, you're right about that. It's true. I was talking to Reed earlier today, and it's true. It's somebody made this quote, I think, somewhere along the way. You may recognize it, Jabo, and that is that. Uh, what is it? What did they say on that? Too bad youth is wasted on the young. And that's kind of true. Hear that whippoorwill? He's going to get a shotgun blast if he's doing this in about an hour. I'll blow that bird right off the tree limb. They're loud. Good night, Hadley. Good party on. Yeah, but you know how it is, Jay, but you're a thinker about things. By the time you really figure it out, it's heading south. It's not gradual. It's not subtle. It's all of a sudden. I was thinking that about myself today. Sad to say. Yeah. You know, my buddy up in West Branch, Anthony's dad's a doctor up there, and this is true. That you age in chunks. You don't age gracefully. And this is a guy that's been a doctor for 40 years, family practitioner. That it, all of a sudden, one day it starts with a fall. Then you gain weight. Then your blood pressure goes up. Then one of your knees starts bothering you because you're favoring where the injury was. And then your sugar starts to get high. Yeah, it's chunks. And he tells all his patients, 50 and over, do not get on a ladder over 2 foot tall. And that's probably good, although today I was on one 14 foot tall. Hey, Neil. It's true. I can remember my mother had a friend, she worked in a drugstore. What was her name? Fran Firstel, I think. She always used to give me money. Super nice lady. Her and her husband never had kids. And I remember her telling me, and I was a young kid, man, like 12 maybe, that they should have started paying you Social Security when you were young, when you could enjoy it and not have to work. And there's an element of truth to that. I mean, maybe not a lot of logic, but it's not way out there. Hey, Faye. Neil had over 200 women wanting to have sex with him at one time when he put a dating profile up. And he said no to all of them, didn't you, Neil? Did you get that harmonica box unlocked yet? Hey, Drifter, you think the summer theory you have has something to do with the false expectation of happiness because it's nice out? Attaboy. Okay. When are you going to start playing that harmonica and uploading some videos? And how'd you finally get it unlocked? You know, Daisy's got a weird thing. I mean, I can be inside, and Marty can be here, but she can't stand me being out here on the porch talking. It's strange. Like right now, she hates the heat, but she's out laying down by my feet out here on the porch. It's weird. Faye, Jabo, me. We're all getting older now. We could start taking bets who's going to go first. Who's going to be wearing a diaper first. Hey, Pirate Radio. How you doing, Mark? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, but not really, because when I'm inside, she doesn't. It's just something about, I can't figure it out. Something about talking. If I come out here and she sees me go out and I don't talk, she doesn't seem to give a shit. But if I'm like talking, she will just whine at the door until I let her out here. That's what we'll do. We're going to start our own little lottery. Instead of having a bunch of ping pong balls fly around inside a popcorn popper, we're going to be taking different kinds of bets. Autopsies are interesting. I actually went to autopsy is human being, obviously, and necropsy is anything other than human. And I went to 2 labs with surgical residents once, and my wife, before I married her, that was going to be an occupational therapist, to do work on cadavers, and I thought it was really fascinating. It didn't bother me a bit. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I can't, if you read these articles, you cross paths with them on the news occasionally. This human organ and business is huge. This black market, they're busting people for this all the time. So, there's bees flying around me now, and there's no light over on this end. They're flying around in the dark, which there's no, you're not going to read any articles about bees flying in the dark, because the whole theory is UV and IR, which is how they navigate. So what are they, just lost until the sun comes up? That's what I don't know, whether they make it back to the hive or not while it's dark. Now the moon's out there tonight, so maybe there's something to that. Yeah, the stomach. I remember looking at the sciatic nerve where it branched off and went into the back of each leg, and I couldn't believe the diameter of it. I thought it was much smaller than that. And another thing I was surprised about, I was asking the guy there that worked in the lab, that used to be a surgical tech, and I've talked to doctors about this that were friends with Ted, and we'd be over there drinking bottles of wine. And, I always thought that, like, if you, like, somebody was on their back and you, like, cut their stomach open, like, down to their pelvic region, that, like, blood's gushing out everywhere and stuff. And it's really not. I mean, there's little, like, if you hit little arteries and stuff like that, but they use these super sharp knives and they just, like, open it up and then pull the skin apart. And all that stuff's sitting there. Like, you remember that game, Operation? And it's, like, really not that hard to identify. Yeah, it looks like intestines, too. Yeah, it sure does. Yeah, it's weird. It's all crammed in there. It's interesting how they've identified, parts of the brain and what they're responsible for. Oh, you don't? Oh, okay. Yeah, jello consistency. And another thing, too, is how it rattles around inside the skull. You know, like brain bleeds and stuff like that. But if you ever, they'll have a part of the skull cut off, and they're like, some of these surgeries, they want the patient to be alive. Hey, JMO. Oh, really, JMO? Yeah, I wonder if that's valid, though. Wonder if that's true. I think it's a pretty difficult pipeline to the black market, but I don't know that for sure. Huh. I can remember when I was out at Ann Arbor Airport a lot, they'd bring a lot of kidneys and livers in. Like, they'd have them in coolers. Yeah. Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know if you ever watched that interview where, he didn't really like what he was doing, but he said he couldn't help it. He was like quite, and he had really nice parents. That's what I say. I mean, you're born with a way of like thinking about things, and you're kind of stuck with what you got. You know, you're not therapying your way out of some of that perverted shit. Serial killers, all these people, pedophiles, arsonists. You know, like a good looking, if you're a straight guy and a good looking girl is like a 10, you know, burning a fucking building down and jacking off is a 25. I mean, it's a no brainer. Girls don't interest you that much. Yeah, not on the interviews that I saw. I never really got that impression, but I didn't watch that long a one. Really? Yeah, that's crazy, to tell you. Man, what a bad habit that would be, huh? I was watching, I watched Forensic Files. I watched them all about 10 times, but there was one on there last night that this guy was a sheriff, like dating a lady from the rape crisis center, and he's raping all these women. They finally caught him, like, he'd raped like 25 women. It was an active sheriff. Like crazy. Yeah, no, an addiction. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, can you, oh, you can hear that? Yeah, the bees are really loud tonight too, but I think I'm a little far away. Trying to keep that hive cool. Hiding in plain sight, that's the truth. Yeah, you're right, Erica. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good one. Interesting. Oh, did they ACB? No kidding, huh? Huh. Yeah, here's another bullshit story too. You know about the pyramids, of course, and the buried mummies and all this bullshit and finding bodies that look good 4,000 years after they buried them. One of the stories that goes along with that is that they found honey, jars of honey. I don't know what the role was, but they put honey in these tombs and they said the honey was good. That's fucking bullshit. I guarantee you, there is no 4,000-year-old honey worth a fuck. That is just more rumors. Yeah, fire inspector, arsonist. Yep. Yeah, sheriffs, priests, and pastors. Yeah, it's the truth. I had a good friend of mine that was a priest in Chicago, and like out of his seminary class, there were like 5 guys that got nailed for being perverts. One guy dropped out, got married, killed his wife, one of his sons, and the other one jumped out the window. Yeah, skulls healed, yeah. That's another whole thing, those skulls, like those onyx and carved skulls. That didn't do anything for me either. I think they're ugly. Yeah, weird, isn't it? Crazy. Yeah, big time they use them, yeah. Well, no, it's hydroscopic. It absorbs moisture, but they were saying that they found honey in these tombs that was 4,000 years old that was still good. That's fucking bullshit. You know, they say honey is good for wounds. Yeah, it is. You know why? 2 reasons. One, 3% hydrogen peroxide, and two, it covers the wound, just like Vaseline. Yeah, I was just back there for 5 weeks. I was back in Michigan. I gotta go up there and sell that goddamn condo, which I'm dreading. Gotta move all that fucking shit. God damn it. Yeah, it was back there for 5 weeks. Yep. I had a really good time. No, I think it's shot. Shot. No. I mean, it lasts a long time, but 4,000 years, I just don't believe it. I've seen honey that, been in homes for 100 years in a jar, and you're not eating that, and they're claiming 4,000 years. Bullshit. That's all right, Erica. Hey, did you get a chance to watch the video of the guy with no hands drawing today? Did anybody see that? I sold most of it. I mean, I still have stuff I want to move down here. I mean, my books is the main thing. What'd you think of that, Sharon? Yeah, I'm trying to do it soon. Yeah, it's pretty good in Florida, but it's a slight concern. I'm not hitting the panic button yet. Isn't that something, Frisky? Well, in this case, it was just didn't look right. I mean, you certainly wouldn't have tried to eat it. It was kind of like gelled. Hey there, Shaniqua. Where you been? What's going on, girl? Where you been? Did you do fall in love or something? Yeah, I thought that too. I thought that too, Erica. I don't know whether you just, think something up and you go with it, or I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say I'm suspect about it, but I mean, you have no choice. Good. How you doing? Where you been? You still working at that same place? Isn't that something, J-Bo Shaniqua around? I do think he gets lots of money. I mean, like what most people would consider, but he seemed pretty damn popular in the short time I was there. And if he sold those drawings to the people he said, I mean, it's easy to want to give this guy money. I mean, you look at him, it's fucking 95 degrees out there. He's drawing with his mouth. I mean, what the fuck? Who wouldn't want to give this guy some money? I think he does pretty well. I told him he was telling me some guy put up a YouTube video. It's got 2 million views. I thought to myself right then, now here's another guy I can exploit. And I said, well, if you want, I'll help you with you. I'll help you on a YouTube channel, set you up and all this shit, show you how to upload it. And I gave him my email and my phone number. I thought maybe if his views got a little low, he could poke an eye out. Oh, wow, Interneil. I mean, why not, Mark? They got lower, he'd poke 2 eyes out. Oh, thank you, Drifter. Chaos a good guy, man. He's very charming guy. You like talking to him. He came from a pretty religious background. And of course is a total disappointment to his mother. But everybody likes him down there. He's a really charismatic guy. And that rap, I'm telling you, that rap's not bullshit. That is good rap. I like the one the best about the bartender. Where he talked about they're pouring shots all day, working their ass off, and they never get any 5 minutes of fame. This guy's a thinker. No, I didn't know that. Oh, he had no arms and then he passed from cancer? Huh. Yeah, I've been down in Georgia for about 15 months. Building a house down here. You can come down and visit if you want. 2 places you can fly into. Atlanta or Augusta. Just come down here and we'll party all night long. Oh, okay. Boy, it looks like Grand Rapids is going to hell, Shaniqua. It's one damn shooting up there after another. I see they don't even want to do that art walk anymore because of the crime. Yeah, I think you'd like it down here. You know, this would be a change for anybody. If you, I didn't even know places like this were still around, to be honest with you. No, it's kind of modeled after this house that I'm in front of right now. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really care about that stuff. You need a place to sleep. I want lots of glass, ceiling fans. I could live in a trailer, garage, no problem. I don't really care about houses, to be honest with you, but it was kind of like this design, which I liked. I have peepholes and glory holes, very convenient for tall people, short people. You can make it. I think you'd really like it. It's really like a place where, like this, like see the moon coming up over the trees? You can just like relax down here and whatever you're into. Yeah. I do have a general contractor. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I don't want to do anything. I mean, they have a hard time pinning me down to ask them what doorknobs I want. I don't give a fuck. This sometimes is when I wish I had a girlfriend and could pick out all this shit. Yeah, Deadly Queens. Yeah, I'm a night guy, man. I got to really force myself to go to bed before 3 every night. And you know what I really like about down here that I didn't suspect? I mean, I do miss the winter, and I probably will go up to Michigan in January, up in the UP, and maybe rent a place right on Lake Michigan before it freezes. You know, get some blizzards and heavy snow. But what is great down here is constant ass kicker lightning and thunderstorms with like crazy rain, like fire hose rain on the roof. Yeah, you're right, JMO. You're right. Yeah, I invite all the people on YouTube come down here. You think you can make it, JMO? You think you can get down here? Just finally relax for a change. I'm telling you, anybody comes down here and visits, there's no expectations. Just a blowjob in the morning and a blowjob in the night, and we're square. I'll smoke your brisket. You won't have to do shit. Good wine, sleep in, do your laundry. Yeah, I like a lot of glass, open. Oh yeah, I hope you do, Deadly Queens. You stay and spend the night. Well, from you it'd be about 17 hours. From West Branch, well, maybe it wouldn't. Yeah, I guess it would. No, actually, yeah, no, 14 hours. Fly down here. I'll buy you a ticket. Come into Atlanta or Augusta. Fuck that driving. It's a ballbuster drive. It's 940 miles from here to West Branch. I would say it's probably about this. I bet you're like 870. If you put in Google, uh, Grand Rapids to Crawfordville, Georgia. I think you'd really enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, people would be shocked, man. To me, I like this kind of stuff. No neighbors, not close, no cop cars, nothing. Yeah, the only thing I request is that you have to watch pornography for an hour every night. And instead of mints on your nightstand, it's going to be a French tickler. Yeah, just like it'd be like I can guarantee you this. It'd be like a vacation. Hell yeah, Erica, you better believe it. It's 101 a few days ago. Today it was 94 with 100% humidity. Tomorrow's going to be another ball buster. I don't really care. If you're not working out in it, who cares, right? But yeah, it's hot. Fuck yeah, big time. I know I met a guy on eBay here that I've known for a while now, 5, 6 years. He talked me into coming down here. He owns a big paper company down here. He knew I was fucking crazy and kept telling me to come down here. So I did. I get these fucking mental meltdowns. And I just fucking take off, man. No clothes or anything. Didn't go home for a year. Hear the coyotes? No, that humidity's a bitch. Oh, a great Middle Eastern food. The best one you've ever eaten at. Look it up, Persis. Persis. I go there all the time. 54 miles one way, but it doesn't matter because you can go like 100 miles an hour down 20. And it is excellent food. It's in Augusta. Persis. Great everything. Yeah. Yeah, we'll watch a lot of pornography. And there's a great Turkish restaurant that has Turkish Greek food. Just fantastic. There's everything down here. Like those kind of things. Believe it or not, there's like an old days really like nice mall, Augusta Mall. But what I like is just, I'm telling you, it looks like time stopped here in 1930. The buildings, that kind of thing. A lot of blight. Yeah, it's not for everybody though. Like I said, if I was like 30s or 40s, I probably couldn't do it. Yeah, he's a big gun nut though. Marty's got every gun they ever made. Oh, you'd like it too. You'd like it, Deadly Queens. Yeah. Yeah, you can have fun. You can go. We got a stocked pond fishing. I don't fish either, but the pond stock's got all sorts of bass and bluegill and all that kind of stuff. Wildlife's crazy. If you like insects and birds, and I'm into these vultures quite a bit. It looks like the vultures have matured and they're all out. I don't know this for sure, but I think I saw all three of them about 2 miles from here yesterday. Maybe not, but they're out learning how to be big birds now. Oh yeah, their food is so damn good. It's ridiculous, man. I know a good Indian. The Indians own tons of shit down here. Of course, hotels. They own every liquor store, gas stations, Persis restaurant. You ever eat Rogan Josh? Josh Rogan, whatever they call it. Naan bread. Yeah, it's unbelievable, especially the black people, man. It's like, this is no kidding. I would, in a heartbeat, move into a black neighborhood, even if I was only the white guy, and I wouldn't think a thing about it. It's nothing like Detroit or LA or any. It's just like everything's the same. Everybody's super nice. I haven't noticed any racism. Yeah, Crawfordville, Georgia. Yeah. Rogan Josh. Yeah, you like it. This place, their food is so good, it's ridiculous. And then I go to Athens a lot, which is a college town. They basically all look alike. They've got everything up there, although I haven't found that many good restaurants up there, to tell you the truth. I was just up in Athens today, actually. Went up there and got a bunch of bank statements printed off. And then went and got some light bulbs at a Home Depot. That's where I met that guy with no hands. Yeah, Rogan Josh. Yeah, put it in Google. Just put your place, Shaniqua, to Crawfordville, Georgia. But yeah, don't drive. That's a ball buster, man. You'd be exhausted. I mean, I'm a guy. I'm kind of a weird driver. I like staying up late at night, and I like driving all night long. I can do it either way. Either I get up at 6 in the morning or 4 in the morning and leave at 5, and I'm here by 7. But I'd prefer to drive all night long. Oh, you're lucky. No, it's good. Not here. Yeah, he did. He really did. Yeah. Yep. You can watch him. He'll draw it from the start. Yeah, he drew the whole thing with his mouth. Yeah, I love being out at night. You know, I tell you what I like. I know this sounds crazy, but I like just being on the road by myself, pulling into a gas station, hear Blondie playing while I'm pumping gas, go in and get a sandwich, maybe hit another large coffee. You know, I just love the nightlife. Yeah, it is less traffic, especially with the big one you worry about. If you did drive down here, which I wouldn't recommend, uh, you won't go through Atlanta. Everybody recommends it, but I don't understand it. I go up north near through Gatlinburg and come in from the east side of Knoxville, and then I go north. It's about 280 miles, but I don't go through Atlanta. It's a beautiful drive. Really nice. Oh, I like it too, Deadly Queens, yeah. All the bright lights. Yeah, I really like the just cruising on the highway. But Cincinnati's the one I normally worry about. No, you're right. A lot of crooks. It's true. I don't blame you. No, she hasn't. I saw her a couple times when I was up in Michigan, though. She's going to come down here, though, for sure. Says she is. She's been down to. She has friends in Athens, which is about 40 miles from here. Oh, it does. Yeah, Augusta's a mixed bag. It really is. If you look at Washington Street, the happening nights down there are Thursday and Friday. But it's like you think you're in New York City. It's got great places and bad places. Oh, cool, Eric. Have you taken any trips lately? Oh, good, Shaniqua. Jabo's gonna make it down. We have a yearly chosen one party. I don't know. I don't know about that. What are they, Shaniqua? Plathville family. No, isn't that crazy, Jabo? And you know the funny thing about it is, it's only 2 miles down the road from the wildest street in the world on a Friday night. That's where I do those interviews. I mean, it's crazy. It makes Detroit look like bullshit, but it's 2 miles away. It's weird. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I agree with that. Augusta, man, it just didn't really do it for me. I mean, I was glad that I got to go. It was fun to see. I only replaced somebody. I would have not went otherwise. But it's a clearest example you'll get of the haves and the have-nots. It's almost like they get off kicking people out of there. Yeah, don't click on those. Don't click on any of those things that tell you to do this. Oh, good for you, Erica. Yeah, it's close. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I keep it pretty simple. I'm not a ball buster on those. It all depends how it goes. If you watch when I do interviews, honestly, my thinking when I'm going into an interview is I like doing it, and you never know where you're going to get. It's not like any great interviewing skills. So if you took like the guy that shot his foster dad in the back of the head with the crossbow, to me that was very compelling, interesting, remarkable. And he just kind of told me the whole story. And then I'll ask the exact same questions to the next guy, and you can kind of tell he wants to get the fuck out of there. He doesn't have a favorite story, doesn't have a musical artist, isn't religious, no favorite movies. So I let him get out of there. I'm not trying to get my money's worth. I happen to notice like it either flows because of them or it doesn't. Like the guy today. It was an 8-minute video, but 3 minutes of him was in his cousin's car getting some more canvas or another dry marker or whatever he did. I should have shut it off, but that would have required that I had to edit it later. And it's just so much easier to just straight upload it. Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. But I'll tell you, it's just like I can remember talking to an airline buddy a long time ago. He's a pilot, and we were talking about like Down syndrome and handicapped people. And I'll never forget, it was like I was sitting there right now. And he said to me, they get more pussy than anybody. But I knew enough. For some reason, I always dated women that were in the health field. They were physical therapists, occupational therapists. And I knew through them and just other ways that that's absolutely false. The guy in the wheelchair and the Down syndrome guy, he gets all sorts of Christmas pictures and birthday pictures with this gorgeous girl hugging him and looking into the camera. But that's about the end of it. He's not screwing any of them. They're not interested. Isn't that something? No hands? Wow. Yeah, it almost seems to me like, and this could be totally false, is that these guys choose to be this way, and it isn't natural. You know? If I was him, I would have probably been trying to figure out if I could pull a shotgun barrel to my head and pull the trigger with my toe. I guarantee it wouldn't be a Jesus story. Which is, if you noticed, I mentioned to him, it's like I said, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could. Let's get real. How's this guy fucking jack off? Yeah, no, I agree with that, Mr. Groundy. I believe that. Yeah, I believe that 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, I'm weird about that too. I know it sounds terrible. I'll take the shallow hit for certain stuff though. Because, like one time I knew that I met this girl that was really cute and she was missing her index finger. And you'd think, oh, that's no big deal. But it was on her right hand and she was right-handed. And I don't know, I kept thinking about it. It's fucking weird. She couldn't help it. I think she caught it in like a spokes of a bicycle or something. But I know it sounds, that sucks. Yeah, it's just a thought, Yeah, poor guy. Yeah, yeah, I thought that. Yeah. What wouldn't bother you, Mr. Gromy? Yeah, I think that'd be like such an adjustment. Like, holy shit, man. Good. I mean, how do you even like hit the fucking keys on a computer? Well, he didn't have one. He didn't have any like setup to like have a laptop or anything, man. I don't know how you. I mean, there's probably something out there for, you can do it, but it would just seem like such a pain in the ass. I don't know. To me, it seemed like I thought in this day and age that you could get like, mechanical fingers and stuff like that, for the hand where there was some of the arm left. Oh, okay. Oh, got it. Yeah, the missing index finger. I don't know. It sounds, but like I know what I like and what I don't like. I'm not gonna bullshit people about it. It's just, I guess you could say it turned me off. You know. But they say just like when you lose your hearing or your sight, that the other senses, the other senses take over and compensate. Yeah. Oh, a probe in their mouth. Oh, okay. Oh, another 30 years. Oh, okay. I'm just glad it didn't happen to me. Yeah, I think that'd be like huge. But I'll tell you that drawing, I don't know how it looked to you guys, but I thought it looked pretty damn good. I'm gonna try that with my mouse tomorrow, see how good I can draw. I got an idea it won't be worth a fuck. But maybe it's not as hard as it looks. I mean, if you've got the mind to be an artist, and you've got that way of interpreting things, and it doesn't look like stickman like something I draw, maybe you could draw with anything. Your mouth, your hand, your feet, any of that shit. Yeah. Yeah, shallow. I'll take the hit for it. It's not shallow. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, Michael That's a good idea. Yeah, I think you're right, Erica. Yeah, I think you're right. I'll record it. Sure, I'll do it. I'll start drawing. I can't draw that great. I mean, I can draw okay. I don't think I'm the worst, but it's nothing anybody pay for. Like a true talent. I remember going to college. I knew like 3 girls who were art majors, and their art sucked. I mean, nobody's ever going to pay for that shit. I got a buddy of mine whose sister like does murals for cities and stuff, and that shit looks like great. She gets like 15 grand for them and stuff like that through grants. Oh, old movie. I didn't know about that one. Yeah, yeah. I think it'd be possible. Really, you can't say it's his mouth. All he does is bite down on the dry mark, and then you move your head around. I mean, if anything, he's got like a gifted neck or strong quadriceps. Isn't that the truth? Yeah. Yeah, it's just her. Maybe the tongue's moving the thing around. I didn't really watch that much. Yeah. But, nevertheless, he's got a good enough personality that I think he could really bang some crazy money out of those people coming out of there. I was that way. I just felt like, oh, this is really cool. Yeah, I mean, graffiti, I think it's vandalism. That fucking cocksucker that sprayed that church that I live near. I mean, that's just rude. It's vandalism. That'd be like shooting holes through the windows with a BB gun. Yeah, I wondered that. Yeah, it's kind of true. Yeah, stories. He'd be a good story. But if he's been doing that for 42 years, you would think he'd be a little further down the road with regard to selling his shit. You know? Yeah, it's vandalism. I mean, it's really cool looking. I mean, whoever that jack off was that painted the inside of that church, it was like good, straight, like graffiti. I mean, I couldn't do it. I mean, it was like, under the gun, no stencils, just like neat handwriting. My handwriting sucks. Yeah. Yeah, they don't buy art. Yeah, isn't that the truth, Shaniqua? No, it's true, yeah. But he's the kind of guy, if you saw that thing hanging in a yard sale, you give $3 for it because you know the story and that he needs income. You give 100 for it, that kind of thing. I'd do it, I don't care. No, it's not better than sitting home. It's not better. Sitting home and watching pornography. Pornography is interesting, really. It's interesting to talk to people about it and get their reactions. And it's like anything. It's like going out to dinner and realizing in the first 10 seconds that they didn't go to French finishing school. Etiquette. You learn a lot by people, by their answers on questions. I'm going to have to start asking that in my interviews at the end. Skip that, are you religious? I mean, who gives a fuck? I'm going to start saying, do you ever watch porn? Yeah, no, you're right, Grammy. Yeah. And then he got beat up. What kind of motherfucker would beat up a guy like that? Got beat up. It's crazy. What a dick. Shadiko, if you met a guy that you thought was a good guy, okay guy, somebody that you date, and he was missing a finger, do you think that'd bother you? Jabo, do you think it would bother you? Would that register, or you just don't bullshit me here either? I want to really know. I want some honest answers here. You can tell the truth. That's the advantage here. It's like nobody really knows the real you. You can afford to be truthful. Yeah, it is an addiction, that's for sure. Yeah. That wouldn't bother you, Sharon? Oh, that a girl. Good for you. It would not bother you. Oh, that's awesome. See, it speaks volumes about you. I don't want you bragging to your girlfriends that the only way I invited you down because you have all your fingers. I mean, don't go overboard the other way. Yeah, right. Yeah, Interneil. Yeah, yeah, I get it. Yep. If you loved him, you maybe wouldn't notice it. Oh, you'd notice it. Oh, yeah, you would. Yeah, you're right about that. No, yeah, something like that. It's true. Yeah, like Gromby said, it's a story. It's not just a missing finger. Yeah. If I ever come up with any missing fingers, I can tell you right now, it's reminiscing and going back and losing my middle finger trying to unjam Debbie Does Dallas for my 1982 VHS tape. What a shame. Well, it's not blind. I don't believe that. Not true. I think love's a bunch of bullshit anyway. Really, I could argue against it all day long. I think it's an emotional, physiological, hormonal connection that's interpreted as love in movies and books and magazines. Yeah, you're right, Gromby. That's true. Sure is. I could definitely use some tutoring on that. I really could. Yeah. God, these bees are loud today. I'm realizing down here they hate this humidity because it's actually cooling off kind of nice tonight. You know? So I wouldn't think it'd be that hot, but I get a really fanning big time. Yeah, trauma addiction, right? Yeah, trauma addiction. It's the same reason why, like, like I've said before, you can find like neurosurgeons, they're 36 before they get a decent paycheck, super dedicated, disciplined, study all their lives. They have YouTube videos up that are talking about a new procedure, and like they get 100 views over 10 years. You get like Jerry Springer or drama or gossip channels, and then, they get like 10 million views. It's just that's how it is. It is fun. Yeah, right. That's true. I'm gonna let you hear these bees, how loud they are. I mean, it's really extra loud tonight. There's never any wind down here either, other than one of these storms that come through. It's always quiet like this. Daisy's sitting on the porch. You want to go Betty bye, honey? Huh? Betty bye? No, one thing I do know. One thing I do know. And these bees will sting the shit out of you if you go up there with light. See, she thinks I'm not coming in now, look. I'm gonna come in, huh? I'm just checking the bees. Listen to these bees. I'm gonna come in, honey. Yeah, tons of lightning bugs are everywhere. Can you hear them? Isn't that something? Now I'm going to turn this light on just for a second because they'll attack my ass. See them? There's my bedroom window. See a few bees looking at the light out there? Attracted to the light? Yeah, a lot of babies in there. You ready to go, Betty, honey? You ready to go, Betty, honey? Daisy's always ready to go to bed. Oh, good for you. Well, you guys, I think I'm going to go to bed. So hope you guys have a good night tonight. Yeah, we'll go to... Daisy wants a treat. She wants a treat. Want a treat? This dog has really had a lot to eat today. Want a treat, honey? All right, she wants one of her bacon treats. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Good night, don't like that. Yeah, it's all nice wood and stuff, Kind of cool. Just kind of like a cabin, isn't it? Good night, Sharon, Jabo. You nighty night. Shanika, good talking to you. Yeah, missed you too. Glad you're doing well. Wonder what happened to you. Good night, Mark. See you, Neil. Yeah, it's kind of a cabin feel. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like it. Wood, everything, a lot of natural wood in these houses down here. Yeah, it's got a nice laundry room. Mine's gonna look like this kind of, only better wood. Nice laundry room. Stuff like that. That's a seat Marty got for his Porsche reupholstered, but I didn't want to leave it in the garage. I get it, JMO. Yeah, good talking to you, Erica. JMO, you have a good night too. I usually try to get to bed by 3. It just seems like I'm too tired night, Oh, you don't like it? You ready to go, Betty, honey? I'm gonna have a lot more room in this other place. See, I got my book stacked. All right, Mr. Grumpy, you have a good night tonight. Neil, you nighty night. Yeah, mine's gonna be better wood. It's heart pine, which is like really cool from this deconstructed factory. Oh, thanks, Shaniqua. All right, you guys have a good day tomorrow. I'll talk to you later. We're going bedding now.